Did you know that the thing you're going through is more normal than you are telling yourself that it is? One of the unique situations about being not just a therapist, but also a successful practice owner is that a lot of times in the therapy that I do, I tend to get a lot of business minded, entrepreneurial minded people who come in to just work on things like their anxiety, their connection to others, even their connection to their self. That's been one of the coolest evolutions of the work that I've got to do is working with doers who are willing to be vulnerable enough to share that even though they feel like they're on a path to success, they really have lost touch with this concept of what success is. A lot of individuals will come to me and want to work on sexuality issues. If you don't know fully about me, something that's probably important to know is my PhD is in clinical sexology, and most of the work that I do is focused on couples work, sexual intimacy, and when I work with individuals, that's typically at an intimacy level. I was working with one of my clients the other day, and when I shared with him that I also work with entrepreneurs and help them find a more whole and centered sense of self, he's like, Andrea, I thought that you were an intimacy therapist and you worked mostly with couples. And I said, well, yeah, but intimacy at its core begins with the self. And when a lot of times when people think about intimacy, they think purely in terms of sexuality or purely in terms of the self in relationship with another. And what my work as both an attachment therapist and a sexologist has taught me is that we have to broaden our perspective of intimacy. Because if the whole self isn't invited into intimate space, there generally is a true lack in intimate connection and intimate invitation, intimate permission, intimate joy. All of these things are interconnected. And certainly, I think we see it at its prime when it's exercised in human sexuality. But I don't know that people pause long enough to think about the degree to which the whole self, being intimate, healthy, attuned to, and attached to life, can have on one's willingness to express joy. For me, sexual intimacy at its best comes from this place of an exploration of joy, the willingness to open oneself up to pleasure, the willingness to share one's pleasure with somebody else. I tend to think pretty off the wall, and I'm beginning to learn that when people gravitate to me to do their intimacy work, what they begin to learn is I don't see things as black and white. I don't see something like sexuality existing in a silo on its own. I see the whole human having an impact on how sexual intimacy manifests for that person. And right now, the cohort that I'm offering is the total Val-YOU, Val-YOU, Overhaul. And the reason I'm starting there, the reason that that's my mothership, is because I think the more you invest in your self-awareness and having a basic understanding for how you operate in the ecosystem that is your life, the more you'll begin to understand if there actually is space for you as an intimate being or if there is not. Certainly, after this mothership course, what we're going to do is we're going to evolve and we're going to go into, people can choose, or they can choose both, to go into a track of understanding more of oneself in the business growth mindset, or people can go in another direction and focus more on the intimate relational self. But the total Val-YOU overhaul is designed with the intention of first getting one to understand one's own self, for one to begin to understand what permissions you feel like you have as a human, what explorations you feel you're worthy of exploring, what the world around you may have taught you you're not allowed to explore or be entitled to. We're going to rewrite so much of that. And if you're here, I have a feeling you're trying to find something that helps you better attach to that peace that allows life to feel meaningful and whole, even in the midst of the hard things we're doing, even in the midst of the expectations that are on us, even in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. I still firmly believe that the core of the healthy life is the investment in the valuable self, in the intimate self. And so that's the work that we're doing here. And so all I want for you to do today, I want for you to take that brave step. I'm going to keep pouring out information about ways you can start to build self-intimacy and self-awareness. You're going to get some materials for free, and some of the materials that I do are going to be cohorts. I've been doing therapy for 10 years now. It's not unusual for me to take people into more meaningful, deeper spaces. The cohorts, they're like that. They're that preliminary step, that more accessible step for self-growth, is where we go when we're ready to just full send, deep dive on the self and try to understand patterns and behaviors and interactions that aren't making sense to us or haven't been conducive to relationship. And as I've grown as a clinician and as an entrepreneur, I've just had to ask myself, well, what is something else we can offer besides therapy that give people that baseline introduction to personal growth and wellness? And I think that the cohorts, they are that. And I am a firm believer that healing can really begin when we open ourselves up to community. And that's what these cohorts are designed to be. They're designed to be moments where I'm teaching, I'm interacting with everybody, I'm taking things people are willing to share, and we're growing those concepts. We're being curious about those concepts. But then you all get to rely on hearing other people's stories. One of the things that I tell my clients when I do individual work, one of the things that's always a pain point for me is so many things people share with me they feel like they are so isolated and so individual. And I wish that I could take all of you as my clients and put you in a giant room together so you didn't have to assume in your head that the thing that you're doing is unique to you and you have to do it alone and it makes you a bad person. Because it doesn't, because you're not. Personal growth is one of the greatest gifts we can have in this world. And personal growth in a safe place where people can relate to your story and tell you that they have had similar experiences in their own story, that is the value. Valyu, that's the value. Give yourself permission to start being curious. Come join the community. I'm one of the most approachable people that I know. That's just been what's worked for me. And that's been how I've been fortunate enough to work with people all over life spectrum. You wouldn't even believe some of the people I've been fortunate to work with. And what they always tend to say to me is, Andrea, thank you for humanizing me. Thank you for helping me realize that the things that I do and the way that I exist doesn't make me weird or unworthy. That it was me that had to open myself up to the permission to be unique and still be a good human, and a good human who's worthy of relationship and personal growth and actual joy, not just an elusive pursuit of joy, but there should be pursuit. But beyond the pursuit, we should also be able to feel the attachment to the meaning in our life, which I hope for you radiates joy or some sort of grounding that helps you understand you are here doing what you're meant to be doing. So again, I encourage you, all you have to do, go to andreaeriks.com, join the email list, and I'll start pouring out information. I will let you all know when I offer my cohorts. My first cohort, Total Value Overhaul, that's happening in the fall. That's your baseline, that's your foundation to the work that I do. And it's really going to be your foundation to help you have a scaffolding. You're going to have a scaffolding that you can revert back to and have a language for your experiences And from there, from that scaffolding, then we're going to start to emerge and evolve into those next layers of growing you in the direction that you want to go. So thank you for listening to my channel. I don't want this to be something that's simple. I want it to be something that we all understand at a very grounded level, is going to be something that's going to grow and evolve over time. And the beautiful thing is that we never have to rush the evolution of the self. In fact, I tend to tell my clients that growth is more organic when you're willing to do it slowly and meaningfully. This is not a click and you're where you want to be. This is a authentic, humanistic shift in your life so you can feel better for you and you can be healthier in the relationships that are part of who you are. Thank you for tuning in. And if something inspired you, don't hesitate to reach out or leave a comment. And if you think that this could benefit somebody else that you care about, don't hesitate to share. I really enjoy community and connecting with people, and that's what this is all about to me. So have a great day, and again, thank you.